most amazing thing we did was the bear release. Yeah, it was incredible. And we're driving along, following this car, and you can see this bear in the back, like trying to get into the front. It was perfectly silhouetted in the windscreen.
So we're currently heading east out of Horog towards Murgand and eastern Pamirs to accompany Pantera on the release of 2 bear cubs. Exciting stuff. Charging through the Pamirs, following a bear in a car. Well, we've just stopped to pick up the second bear cub, and at the moment they're both pretty nervous of each other, so it hasn't been particularly easy to get them to have much of an interaction. But Tanya seems pretty confident that give it a little bit of time, you know, perhaps just the afternoon and the evening, and they should settle down quite well.
Then actually we ended up leaving them, and the 2 bears spent the night attached on chains to the same pole, so they eventually got to interact and become a little bit more friendly.
Well, it looks like the bears got along pretty well last night, so great news. I think that we're going to go ahead with the release. Getting everything together, getting the 2 bears in the back of the van now. We're going to have a new companion in the front of our van, which is going to be quite nice. And yeah, cross fingers, everything goes smoothly.
We went up the valley and we took these 2 bears out, and they had a bit of trouble like cutting their collars off, and I managed to get bitten. One of the bears was the overly friendly one that spent a lot of time with humans. He'd love to suckle on your fingers, and we sort of petted the bear beforehand. And when they were trying to cut the collar off, I thought I'll try and distract the bear, and it sort of took my finger in its mouth and then it just went I was like, ah! But yeah, we released the 2 bears.
And it was a very magical experience to see them just running off into the distance.
Really hopeful that these cute little bears will have a chance of surviving and living in the wild. And if the natural instinct of hibernating kicks in as it is supposed to, because it's fairly cold now and there's snow on the ground. Hopefully the bears will find a spot where they can just settle for the winter. The good news is that it's a conservancy, and so there will be rangers keeping an eye on that particular valley. There are things that sort of the right instincts are there to look for the food and to dig. And Nuzar commented that if they immediately go into hibernation, that they're gonna make it through the winter.
So blue will turn to grey, and out upon the shire, all through the frost and rain, I make my home.